Hey everybody, this is Sunglass Rob from SportRx, and today we have a special guest in the house, Richie Schley, who is a mountain bike Hall of Famer and one of the pioneers of freeride. So if you like watching the Red Bull Rampage, he started it, or helped start it at the very least. You were in the first 5, I believe, right?
Yeah, well, there's that kind of riding that we really are famous for, I guess.
Yes.
And I did the first 4 Red Bull Rampage.
4, sorry, I gave him an extra credit.
I thought it was 5 because that's how stressful they are.
Yeah. So Richie's been in the office today. We've been doing some shopping and getting him some new glasses. And we're just going to talk a little bit about mountain biking as well. For those of you that don't know, I'm really, really into mountain biking. I'm not very good at it, but I ride a lot. Actually, right now I can't ride. I had a little boo-boo on the bike. But I wanted to talk to Richie about a very famous topic that you're going to find a quadrillion videos on, which is flats versus clips. And I don't know, my story with it is I started off as a roadie, don't hate me, and was very used to clips. So when I started mountain biking, I started off with clips. And then kind of few of my friends progressed away from clips and got flats. And then I got flats. And then now I'm going to start training for this 50-mile kind of cross-country kind of event. And I'm like, should I put clips on my trail bike and leave the flats on the enduro bike? And at first I was nervous to wear flats because I wasn't connected to the bike. So anyways, you're not here to listen to what I have to say about it. You're here to listen to what Richie has to say about it. And I know you run both. So what are your thoughts?
Well, it's actually interesting that you said progress to flats, because I would think if you're new to mountain biking, the progression would be to clips, because you came from road biking. You know, I think that clipless pedals or clip pedals, whatever they refer to them now, is, you know, you get more power out of it. So it's a better climber. I came from BMX, so back in those days, BMX was 100% flat pedals.
Yeah.
And so I can jump, I can bunny hop with flat pedals. I think a lot of people, it's kind of like ollieing on a skateboard. A lot of people can't figure out how to grip the pedals while they're not clipped in. So, I mean, my personal experience with it is I went 2 clips after BMX and I had some horrific crashes. And believe it or not, it was mostly uphill, slow, technical crashes.
I can believe it because it's happened to me before.
Because, you know, when you're flying, you're like, I'm about to crash, things are kind of explosive, but when and you tip over, it's horrible. I have to say I personally prefer flats because more comfortable shoes, more freedom on the bike if you want to take a foot off or do a trick or whatever. And so talking about the efficiency thing, on my e-bike, I ride primarily flats because you don't really need all that power climbing.
Yeah, there's a motor.
Right? So I kind of go back and forth. The other thing is if I'm doing a shoot of some sort and I'm in my shoes all day and I'm doing really scary stuff, it's nice to have the flats because you can just get on the bike, get off the bike, you know, bail if you have to, a lot easier. It's kind of what you're trying to do is up to what you should use, but there is a learning curve with clips. So, and there's no beating the system, it's hours. So if you're trying to learn clips, just when you're pedaling along, click in and out, and it just starts to become this muscle memory and this innate skill that you actually have to keep yourself safe. The interesting thing is, for probably 20 years now, myself with whatever brand I'm working with, we're trying to find this sweet spot in between clips and flats. And there's been magnetic pedals tried. Nice. I mean, as you would know, the super soft rubber on the shoes with the pins is kind of in between, but I'm hopeful that in the next few years we'll come up with something better.
So you don't have to make a choice anymore. It'll just be
something that you can kind of still get the climbing power, but you get the freedom to just pull your foot off, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know that one's better or worse. It just depends what you're trying to do. I mean, with your race, I would put your clips on.
Not a race, an event.
Well, an event. But I mean, if you're gonna sit in the saddle, I think efficiency for pedaling a long time.
I'm just like,
are better.
If I'm going on big enduro days with my buddies on Sundays and I'm on flats, and then, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday morning, I'm training for longer miles early in the morning with clips. Is like my brain gonna remember which one I'm on, and am I gonna try and unclip when I'm on flats and then forget to unclip when I'm on clips? Like, I don't know if I have enough bandwidth up there to remember. So I'm just like, do I switch on both? Do I know it's an age-old question, and yeah, I do think most people, you get your first mountain bike, it might even come with like low-end pedals, and you don't even think about it, and you're automatically on flats. I was actually scared to get off of clips because I was so used to being connected to the bike, and I was like, I'm kind of cheating, right? Like I'm getting up technical sections because I kind of force it, or I'm getting a little bit of air because I'm connected to the bike. I'm not really like bunny hopping it on my own. So I don't know, I'm debating what to do here.
Yeah, I think learning flats are better, but as you would have probably experienced, the flat pedals, a lot of them have these very sharp pins.
Oh, my shins can prove it.
So where at Crank Brothers, we're working on something that still has grip that's a little more introductory, because I think that's part of the learning curve that sucks too. So you're gonna be locked in and fall over, or are you gonna slap yourself in the shin with your pedals? So the bike industry, we have a little ways to go to solve a few problems, but we're working hard over there in Laguna Beach to figure it out.
Nice. I'm a huge Crank Brothers fan. I have the Stamp 7s on both bikes. That's
nice.
my go-to pedal.
The large?
Well, I'm with size 13 or 14 shoe, so
I'm a size 6.5, and I'm using the large also.
So do you have an extra large for my feet?
No, I just like the bigger platform.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. All right, well, I don't know if that helped you decide. I'm still not sure what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna go on my new kind of 140, 120 trail bike, Clipless again, and try and get used to that, and then keep the flats on my enduro bike, and then see how confused I get. Why not? It's just for fun anyway.
I think that's a pretty, because then if you think if you're a bike park rider on a downhill bike, I would definitely ride flats. So I think you're pretty spot on with your choice.
All right, Richie said so. That's the way it's going to be. Hopefully you found this video entertaining or enjoyable. We'd love a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, put it down there. I'm going to be reading all of them. Later.